Welcome to the Explainer. Today we're going to dive into a pretty radical idea. What if the secret to your next big breakthrough isn't about working harder, but about, well, doing nothing at all? Yeah, we're going to look at how boredom can actually become your most powerful creative tool. So let's kick things off with what I'm calling the boredom paradox. In our culture, we are completely obsessed with maximizing every single second, right? We're cramming our schedules and just bombarding ourselves with information 24/7. But what if I told you that those aha moments, those real breakthroughs, they don't actually come from forcing it? What if they happen in the stillness, in the quiet, when we finally just stop trying so hard? The challenge, of course, is that finding that quiet space feels harder than ever. We're living in what you could basically call a full-blown distraction epidemic.
This constant connectivity, it creates a real conflict in our minds. On one side, you've got the brain that's wired for constant input. It's always on high alert. But that crowds out the other side, the bored brain. And that's the part that needs the freedom to wander, to make those weird, unusual connections, and to discover totally new insights.
And look, this digital overload, it comes at a pretty steep price. The research is really just confirming what a lot of us already feel, right? Our attention spans are getting shorter and our ability to think deeply is taking a nosedive. We're not just losing focus anymore, we're seeing a measurable drop in creativity as we train our brains to just crave that next notification, that next refresh. We're basically becoming addicted to distraction. So, what's actually happening inside our heads when we get bored? Because it's not just empty space. It's a very specific and really powerful brain state, and the science behind it is just fascinating. It all comes down to this thing called the default mode network, or DMN for short. Basically, this is a network in your brain that lights up when you're not focused on a specific external task. The best way to think about it is like your brain's creative autopilot. When you're doing something that doesn't demand all your attention, like washing the dishes or just staring out a window, the DMN is humming quietly in the background, connecting old memories with new ideas. And that's what creates those sudden aha moments. And this isn't a new idea. It's a phenomenon we've known about for centuries. Take the classic story of Isaac Newton and the apple. Whether it's 100% fact or just a legend, the lesson is exactly the same. Our most brilliant ideas almost never come when we're staring at the problem. They show up when our minds finally have the space to just wander. Okay, so this all sounds really encouraging, but how do we actually do it? How can we reclaim boredom in an age that's literally designed to eliminate it? Well, the solution can start really small, with what you might call a mini digital detox. It's all about making simple, conscious choices. Try going for a walk and just leaving the headphones at home. Or, and this one is tough, spend time in nature without posting about it. Every one of these small acts gives your mind that precious permission to roam free. Another great strategy is to pick up some kind of tactile hobby. Things like knitting, gardening, or even just doodling on a piece of paper. They keep your hands busy with a repetitive task that doesn't require intense focus, and that totally frees up your mind to wander and play around with ideas. And for those of you who really want to commit to this, there's a technique called time boxing. This is where you literally schedule boredom into your calendar, just like you would an important meeting. You're treating your mental breaks as a non-negotiable priority. And look, this isn't just a fun theory. There is some really compelling proof that this works, and it's being used by some of the most creative people and innovative companies out there. Take the amazing author Neil Gaiman. He says he actually seeks out boring situations, like a long train ride with zero entertainment. He calls it a form of creative incubation, a space that allows his imagination to really come alive. But this isn't just for artists. This idea has been put to the test in the high-pressure corporate world. There was this one tech company that noticed a troubling trend. Their creativity was dropping, and employees just seemed stuck. So their solution was pretty unconventional. They decided to run a radical experiment. They mandated this: 15 minutes of pure, disconnected boredom for every single employee every single afternoon. No phones, no computers, no meetings, just quiet. And the results? They were just incredible. It wasn't just that people felt a little more relaxed and focused. No, they were coming back from this quiet time with actual breakthroughs. Brand new ideas, totally fresh perspectives, and solutions to problems they had been stuck on for weeks.
So, here's the crucial takeaway. We need to completely reframe how we think about boredom. It's not laziness, and it's not a void that needs to be filled with more stuff. Instead, we should see it as fertile ground, like a mental playground where our best ideas can finally come out to play.
The goal here isn't to ditch technology completely, but to just be more mindful about it. It's about intentionally creating those moments of quiet and seeing boredom not as an enemy, but as an ally. So the real question is, what will you discover when you finally let your mind wander? I think you'll be pretty amazed at what you find.